Independence is a lot of things. Being independent with your food choices, being independent with how you choose to live, you know, a lot of different things. And unfortunately, we've seemed like we've fallen into a trap lately of having to be very dependent on all kinds of things. Pretty much dependent on somebody for everything. And I feel like there's a better way to live. So we try to be as independent as we possibly can in all aspects of things that we do. No, not everybody can raise cows. Not everybody can raise chickens. Not everybody has a huge big garden that they can raise their own food. But everyone is capable of doing something. No matter how big or small, you can control how dependent you are by what you decide is important and how you decide to live. It's all about choices, the choices that you make. We've committed to living simply. Do we miss out on a lot of exciting things, trendy things? Do we take big lavish vacations? Do we do like exciting excursions and trips and things? No. And to be honest with you, I'm glad that I miss out on most of the trendy, exciting things because I don't find them that exciting. But my opinion is my own, and I just share it with you guys. And if you don't like it, I guess you can change the channel. But sometimes you got to talk a little truth, and sometimes the truth hurts people, and I don't want to hurt anybody. But we just got to open up our eyes, our ears a little sometimes, because we get fed so much garbage nowadays, literally and figuratively. News-wise, media, processed food, politics. Oh gosh, let's not even get started on politics. Hard to get angry on a day like today, so we're not going to do that. Hard to get angry any day out here. Living right, working hard, eating good, being good neighbors, trying to be good people all the time. But real quick, we go back to talking about everything everybody sees on the news and social media and all the things. And everybody's hollering. Everybody's hollering. What are they hollering about? A very wise man taught me a lot of years ago that you're better to spend the majority of your life listening. And when it's time to talk, you talk. And you listen right up until the point where you've made a good informed decision and you got a good opinion, and you go ahead and you share it with somebody. And when you do that, you don't have to holler. You haven't got to yell. You speak very calmly. You speak very clearly. Actually, the softer you speak, the more intently people listen. But you don't have to get all excited. You don't have to holler and yell. That man also taught me forever ago that no matter what I do or where I'm at, that I always represent this family. And I've never forgotten that. 40 years old, and that guy taught me that as soon as I could comprehend things, and it sticks with you. That old world wisdom sometimes is the most important, and it seems like it's the quickest to be forgotten nowadays. The old ways worked. The old folks had it figured out because they had to. Working hard wasn't a choice. It was just a way of life. It was the way things had to be done. Obviously, we work harder when we don't have a choice. Here's our garden. This is my wife's pride and joy, and she works very, very hard, making sure we always got all kinds of good homegrown stuff to eat. We got about everything you can imagine in there right now, and it's all coming along. Speaking of coming along, here's some of these egg layers that we hatched out and bought at Tractor Supply, and a little bit of everything. More of the garden. There's some of our greens. We love sunflowers, so there's always a bunch of giant sunflowers. Tomatoes, peppers, and Swiss chard, and lettuce, and all kinds of things. Squash in the back. Got some flowers planted in there. All those things. Another wise man, somebody actually was on Facebook, which is sometimes counterintuitive because sometimes there aren't a lot of wise people, there's just a lot of loud people. But somebody said, and I quote, observe the masses and do the opposite. Now, I don't mean church masses, I mean observe what everybody else is doing and what everybody feels like is important, and go 180 degrees and just keep walking. Do what's important to you. Don't do what's important to everybody else. Do what's important to you. Do what makes sense to you. Do what makes you feel good and what makes you feel secure. We put a lot of trust in a system that's set up for failure. So we can't solve it, but we can help it. We're not delusional. We know that the way we live and the way we farm, that we can't feed the world, right? We know we can't do that. We know a lot of small farms can't do that, at least not on their own. But we know that we can't change the world, but we might be able to make a difference in it. These huge factory operations that are owned by foreign entities, foreign governments, that feed Americans. Does that make sense? It makes me scratch my head as much as probably it makes some of you scratch yours. And if you're not scratching your head, you might be part of the problem, and you might need to hear this more than I thought. But not doing something about it would be more foolish than not knowing about it. Okay. So, this isn't a sales pitch, but support your local farmers. Okay, you hear it and hear it and hear it, and then everybody goes to Walmart and buys whatever. Support your local farmers. Please try and help out as much as you can by sourcing your meat, your produce, your eggs, your milk, your anything that you consume on a weekly basis. Try to source it as locally as you can. Health reasons and benefits far outweigh anything that you can even imagine. All right, buying locally helps your economy, your local economy. It doesn't help some foreign economy. It doesn't help some big conglomerate that makes billions and billions of dollars and doesn't care about you and me. You can't cheat farming. So if somebody's doing it and they're making tons and tons of money by doing the same process, they're cheating you somehow, either in quality or in safety or in the amount of sustainability. Everybody wants to make money. I want to make money too, but I want to feel good about the way I'm making it. And when I look myself in the mirror in this camera, or when I lay my head down on my pillow at night, I want to make sure that I feel good about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I like knowing who we're doing it for. So we appreciate everybody's business. We appreciate everybody that follows us on YouTube. We really do. That's been huge for my son. He is so talented and so bright, and he's got so many wonderful things to offer that we just really appreciate everything that you guys are doing by supporting him and following him and supporting us and following us on our farm. You got to figure out where you fit in to this big world, and hopefully you feel really good about what it is that you're doing. I think I'm working hard. I think I'm living right. I think I'm doing the right thing. And the support that we've gotten just reaffirms that. So we appreciate it more than we can ever express. I hope you guys have a wonderful Independence Day, which happens to be on the 4th of July. But please let the message sink in and try to make yourselves independent. In a big way or a little way, everybody can do something. Everybody can help. Help yourself, help your neighbor, help your small communities. But be more independent. Work hard. Trust God. I don't know if you see it. Words to live by. All right, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy Independence Day.